I have a new video for you guys because Catherine McBroom is opening up about her dark past. In a new 45-minute video, Catherine sits down and shares her feelings about a traumatic experience she went through at only 4 years old. She also addresses some of the mental health struggles she has been going through and even goes into detail about a recent moment when she got stoned out of her mind. Today, I'm going to break down that video for you guys and translate what Catherine was talking about. So let's get into it. So Catherine McBroom is part of the A's family, which is a family vlogging channel here on YouTube with 19 million subscribers. I believe they're the biggest family vlogging channel out here, and if you guys know me, you know I hate family vloggers because they exploit their children for views on YouTube. But this time, Catherine is posting a video of herself, a 45-minute long video where she's sitting in her car and she opens up about some things she's been going through. If you guys weren't aware, I thought that maybe Catherine was going to address the whole Shyla and Landon thing. If you did not know, Catherine's husband Austin, who is the main guy of the Ace family and of that channel, his little brother Landon, who has his own YouTube channel, is going through a very messy breakup with Shyla Walker, and Shyla actually posted about exposing this family, so it makes me think that maybe Catherine was going to address a little bit of that, but she really doesn't. She kind of talks a little bit about her business scandal. If you did not know about her skincare line, 1212 Gateway, it has been majorly flopping and scamming people. I've actually gotten confirmation that this family even knows that this is a scam, and they're actually working on ending their relationship with Shopify as we speak. But we'll see what happens because there are so many unhappy fans out here. But let's go ahead and talk about the video because Catherine posted it on their channel and it's titled Something I Have to Say, which is obviously a very dramatic title. And you guys know that Austin, her husband, is a serial cheater and he's cheated on Catherine many times. So a lot of people thought that maybe she was going to talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and watch the video together. I've taken it from 45 minutes and made it about 5 minutes. We're going to watch it together and I'm going to walk through what Catherine wanted to share. The first thing she talks about in this video is that she is disabling comments, and it's actually the first time out of her 800 videos that she is disabling the comments. She says she wants fans to really listen to what she has to say and not to read the comments and to assume things, but personally I feel like it's part of the manipulation. You know how sometimes people will speak very quietly and slowly in the beginning of the video trying to make themselves seem innocent and vulnerable.
Okay. Hey everyone. So, okay. So I'm gonna get right into it.
Anyways, she goes into detail on how her and Austin have been going through a lot of things these past few years. So Catherine is opening up about their struggles and she shares how she wants to understand herself some more. She gets into past life regressions, which honestly, I don't have much input when it comes to those because I don't quite understand them or the practice, but she wants to know who she is, why she's married to Austin, what's her purpose in life. So let's go ahead and watch.
I wanted to know who I was, and so I was going through a really hard time a couple of months ago, a really, really, really hard time, where I felt like the world was just like, I just felt like everything was just, so...
she just like cut right there. She's like, it feels like everything is just like, and then cut. I'm like, wait, hold up. Like what? Like what were you going through? And a few months ago, I mean, I feel like that's like 1212 Gateway like launched like what? I mean, I guess like at this point 6 months ago. So what was going on then that she was struggling with?
How do I say? So I feel like I have been like this like atomic bomb, right? I hope I don't get censored for the word, but I feel like I've been an atomic bomb and I was ready to explode, but in a good way, right? So I feel like I've been holding all this in for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden I just exploded, right? And everything came down on me. And I felt like I was ready for this past life because I needed to know who I was.
Initial thoughts, I'm like, wait, hold on, you're about to explode. Like, it makes me think about Austin cheating on her or other things going on, but of course, we're just jumping to conclusions there.
It's all personal stuff. It's all things that I was going through.
In this next bit, Catherine's going to get emotional, and she's going to start talking about her anxiety. She has been dealing with anxiety for some time, and she actually had an anxiety attack, a full-blown panic attack, and that really struck a chord with her. Of course, it would with anyone, but these emotions are new for her, and she's trying to understand how to cope with them.
So basically, okay, let me not cry. Catherine, don't cry. I experienced my first anxiety attack. An anxiety attack is like, it's kind of like unexplainable. Like you feel it coming and you're like, what is this? What's happening to me? Oh my God, I'm shaking, I'm shivering, I can't breathe.
I can totally relate to Catherine on that one. If you've ever had an anxiety attack, it feels like you're just like, everything's just overcoming you. And personally, I feel like I cannot breathe, but she's going to share about the trigger for that anxiety attack. And it comes from when she was just 4 years old.
I was experiencing a trauma that I had when I was 4 years old that I literally never thought about my entire life. I never thought about it. I might have thought about it twice. And both times I thought that they were a fragment of my imagination. I thought that it was just something that I had dreamt or something. But come to find out, it actually happened. I just remember
I wonder how she found out that it actually happened, because she, again, shared that she, like, thought it was a fragment of her imagination, but she found out it actually happened. So what could have that been? It makes me think that she was, like, SA'd as a child or something, because I just don't know how, like, she would have been able to suppress it so much and then later be able to, you know, remember it. And that comes with therapy sometimes. You can bring up repressed memories, but I don't want to speak on her mental health when it comes to that.
There and just looking down and going like this, and I literally got swooped up by an angel or something. I don't know, something of higher power protected me because I didn't remember.
So it sounds like by going like this and imagining that an angel has taken her away, that she's trying to cope with whatever happened to her as a child, as a 4-year-old. I don't want to speculate, but whatever that is at least traumatic enough where she's dissociated from that memory and from her body in that moment. Catherine then goes into detail on how she went to go get her past life regression done. Again, I don't know much about the subject, but she went to a professional who put her into a meditative state. During this time, he was able to help her reach her higher self, and she talks about being really scared of the ocean. Actually, he was able to place her into a moment where she was in the sea, and I thought it was very interesting that she shared that she actually was scared to eat seafood until her 20s because she's been scared of the ocean. But anyways, this man got her into this moment where she was in the ocean. She was drowning but could breathe. It's very hard to understand, but this guy pretty much came to the conclusion that she had some type of past life trauma with the ocean, and that's why there's this association with the water. But then Catherine talks about her past life specifically and shares that she was a mermaid in her past life, and honestly, her story sounds just like Ariel. Like, I was playing this video in front of my boyfriend, and he was like, you know, she's just describing Ariel, right?
And I know this might sound so crazy, you guys, like, I feel crazy saying it, but he was a king of some sort, and
so her father was a king of some sort, so that's where she's starting off in this story.
I had no choice but to live in the ocean because I was royalty in that life, and I had to
Ariel
like obey to my father and my family, and I had
Ariel.
to live there. And this sounds like Little Mermaid, which is so insane, but that's actually why I've always been drawn to Little Mermaid. So I've had 87 lives.
87 lives. Okay, so 87 lives, and one of those was a mermaid. And again, I can't really speak on the subject itself, so we're just going to go along with what she's saying here, but I find that very interesting. She then goes into talking about alignments, which is another subject I don't know too much about. Honestly, I would love to learn more about this in general. But she shares that her children's name is actually an alignment because her son, his name starts with an S, her two daughters, E and A, which spells out the sea. S-E-A. And the ocean again is here to haunt her. So after Catherine went to her past life regression appointment, she had a pretty rough night that night and the following morning when her skincare launched, I believe, relaunched with the new products. But let's go ahead and hear what she has to say.
That night in particular, I went through something pretty crazy, which I'm going to keep to myself, but it was something really just like, I'll just tell you, I was having a launch that night, or sorry, that morning, the next morning, and my website just crashed out of nowhere. Like, I didn't understand what was going on, and it just crashed, and I got logged out of my Shopify account, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Like,
I have actually heard that she's been having major issues with Shopify, and they're trying to end their relationship because 1212 Gateway is an absolute mess. But that's just what I've seen from a little message that I can't even really speak about. But let's go ahead and talk about this next bit. Catherine goes into more detail about her specific panic attack.
And then that moment came up, and I had my anxiety attack. I was praying to God that Austin would walk through the door. And he walked through the door literally within seconds, saw me crying, and just held me for like 10 minutes.
I want to include that in there because a lot of people are like, oh, they're a fake couple, and I don't really know, but that seems kind of real, right? Like, and Lacey came in there and supported her when she was really upset about her failed launch or website relaunch. In this next bit, it seems like Catherine is addressing a little bit more than that specific moment, but also issues she's been having inside of her inner company, because she talks about how people aren't doing the jobs they're supposed to be doing and how she pretty much can't trust anyone with running her business.
My website's down and people are asking me what's going on and I don't know what to say, and I'm like, do I release a statement? Like, I'm like, what's going on, and why aren't people handling things right? Like, I give people control to do something, they don't do it right, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, and then I'm going through personal problems with my family, and it's just a lot. So I go on this trip, and I'm with my girlfriend.
Okay, personal problems with her family. I'm like, hold on, Shyla, issues with Shyla. But when she's talking about this trip, she's referring to a trip that Austin actually bought for her, a girl's trip to get away and to relax after having that panic attack.
I can't even be in the moment because I come back and I just can't stop crying.
I didn't even cut that, guys. If you saw that when she was like, hold on, she was like, I can't even be in the moment, and then just went away. She was like, I can't even be in the moment because, and then, well, I don't know what she was going to say there. I didn't cut it. She cut it. So I would love to know what was distracting her, but I have a feeling it was 1212 Gateway and all the flops that's been going down there.
I never cry, and I'm like, why am I crying? Did this regression open something up? This is weird. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm crying, and I'm down, and I'm really sad. And luckily, the girls were at Grandpa's house, so I came back and only Steele was at the house with Austin. And we're in the car. This was a Sunday. And I was so stressed out that I got my first cold sore.
So stressed out, she got her first cold sore. So she actually asked Austin for something to help calm her down because she's been struggling so much. And she wants to go and, get high. And it's kind of bizarre because they posted a video about how she was tricked into eating an edible that wasn't actually an edible, and now she actually wants edibles.
So Austin, I need something to relax me. Should I get some sort of edible or something? I thought that an edible relaxes you. That's what I heard, right? I heard wrong. Okay, I heard wrong. So I look over at Austin, I'm like, can you please get me something to relax myself? And so he goes to the store. I hadn't eaten, and I take these freaking edibles.
And by edibles, she shares that he gives her 3 very strong ones, and she eats all 3 of them. And she's someone who's never really done any of that, so I'm sure it just freaked her out.
And we're driving, and I don't feel nothing, right? So I get home, and I lay on the couch, and all of a sudden it starts to hit me, and I'm sinking in the couch, and I start laughing because I remember there's memes out there with people sinking in the couch or sinking, and so I'm laughing because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually happening to me now. So I start laughing, and Austin goes, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, I'm laughing, and all of a sudden,
so it's all going well. It's all going well here, and I'm trying to pause for copyright, but then it all kind of hits her, and I believe she's going to share here that she went through 50 years of trauma, which is kind of hard to understand again, but it's related to the past life regression stuff.
Guys, all of a freaking sudden, I felt like I was in hell. Like, it was like my own hell in my own mind.
Oh.
And things kept repeating themselves over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it was like 10, 15, 30, 50 years of the same thing happening over and over again. And I just look at Austin and I go, Austin, I just want this to stop. I just want this to stop. I am full-blown anxiety mode. This is not for me.
So Catherine shares that she actually asked Austin to call a doctor, which I don't believe he did, and she probably just had to ride it out. But in that moment, she became so just overwhelmed with these thoughts, and she said that her brain just couldn't control itself, and that she kept having the same trauma from her past lives that they have gone through. She also shares later on that she's been married to Austin 50 lives out of her 80 lives. So there's a lot of depth to her discussion around her past regressions, but I wanted to talk a little bit about her childhood trauma because she brought that up, and something that happened to her when she was 4 years old, and now she's a 30-year-old and dealing with the same things because it's all resurfacing, and she never properly healed from it the first time, which, do you ever really fully heal? No. So she's going to have to continue to heal throughout the rest of her life, and she's trying to understand all of the baggage and karma that she feels that she has, and she believes that that's attributed to past lives, and that is all just resurfacing at this moment. She does say, though, that this super duper edible high switched something in her brain, and she started feeling more in control of her life and actually better about the situation because she feels like she was able to properly deal with it, I guess, by being faced with all of these traumatic thoughts. She started finishing off the video by having a motivational speech, pretty much just, telling all of her subscribers that they're great, and it's all very positive and happy, which is really good. Honestly, a breath of fresh air from Shyla's content. And then she ends the video by talking about love and talking about her love with Austin, talking about how their love has changed, but nothing really gives insight into cheating or scandals or anything there. I think she was trying to have a very a girl talk with her subscribers, which I always love that. I'm always here for a good sit down and chill and everything moment, but I was surprised that she brought up this traumatic stuff and that she brought up some of the, issues she's been dealing with these past few months, because when she talks about that, it makes me think about her brand, makes me think about Shyla and Landon, and there's a lot going on in her life. And, Catherine does always put on this happy face, so there is probably a lot of pressure behind the scenes, especially with a husband like Austin. So we're sending some good vibes to Catherine, and I want to know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. You didn't have to go sit through 45 minutes of it because I just gave you the most beautiful summary. But let's go ahead and open a P.O. Box item. So here is a package from Posh Pet Designs, and they're located in Canada. So let's go ahead and open it. I love the packaging. I love the gold arrows. So thank you for sending this my way. Let's go ahead and open this letter, and I'm thinking it's something for Bunny by the name. So go ahead and see. Oh, I love the thank you message. Hi Sloan and Pup, thank you so much for being my entertainment while I sew collars and poop roll holders for my small business. You do a great job discussing serious topics about others while keeping it super professional, and have major respect for you for doing that. I'm including a hashtag Free Britney tag that you can include on your dog's collar or on a keychain if you like. Aw, from M and Ray. Thank you so much, M and Ray. I really appreciate that, and they've got a really legit building, building. I don't think they have a building, but they have a business, and they've got some cards here too. They've got a stamp business. Oh, a custom stamp business. That's awesome. And then they have this Posh Pet Design. So let's go ahead and see what she made for me. Thank you so much, Em. Let's go ahead and check it out. You guys know I love my dog so much, so when you give me accessories for her, I'm always so excited. Okay, let's make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so she gave me a tag right here, which I love. It's like a dog tag that says Free Britney on it. Oh my gosh, look at that. And it looks like here's a little sticker moment, which I'm going to add to my collection. And yes, Free Britney, my Illuminati tattoo. This is so cool. Thank you so much, Em. And then, oh, I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need this. So Bunny actually has her poop bags because I pick up her poop, unlike some irresponsible people out there. And I can put it inside this, and she's got a matching, is this a collar? Oh, a matching collar to go with it. Sorry, it's got some rubber bands on it, so I'm not too sure how it undoes, but let's undoes. I know that's not right. Wow, look at this. It's a whole set moment. Thank you so much, Em. I really love these. And this is stitched so well. You said you watch my videos as you're sewing these. So that's awesome. If you guys have a dog and you want to go treat them or your pet, definitely go check these out. I love the metal too. You can feel like it's good quality. So thank you so much, Em. I really appreciate them. And I'm sure Bunny will too. Thank you and have a good day. Bye, guys.